French Foreign Ministry has not made any statement. That is an insult to us, Cameroonians, given the role France plays in the current situation in Cameroon. So we think it is an insult on the liberties of these people. It is an insult on what the French values of liberté, fraternité, égalité. That is something you shouldn't hold anywhere. And I think why we are still here, we still come back to the French embassy because you people, your government has the power to change what is happening in Cameroon. You've got the power. You've entered into Mali you've intervened in Mali with troops. You've entered into Ouattara was placed by the French, Bokal Pakbo, and so you've intervened in Africa recently. So you can't keep quiet in Cameroon because that is really what the French government wants. That is really big double standard, and we think it's unfair. So that is why we're here again, and that's why our people will keep coming until the French government takes a stand on the issue.
Okay. So you gave us a petition during the demonstration. That was 2 weeks ago, I think. Mm-hmm. We sent this petition to Paris because we're here to report to our authorities in our capital. I don't have an answer to give here today because the French embassy in the UK is not specifically in charge of communication with interlocutors relating to Cameroon. So I don't know if your group has representatives in Paris, but maybe they should be in contact with our Directorate for African Issues in Paris, because I don't think they will forward an answer to the petition through the French embassy in London, who is mainly competent for relations with the British authorities. Everything you have given us, and if you leave me this today, I will forward it to you, everything you have given us has been forwarded to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Paris, and only the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Paris who is following the situation.
Yeah, we do understand that.
It's likely to produce an answer.
We do understand that, but you know, I mean, we cannot wait forever. These guys, this one is the Chief Judge, he's the Justice of the High Court. I mean, Ayapol, he has not done anything. He was the acting Chief Justice. Just because he said stop the killing, he's facing the death sentence. This is a human rights lawyer. This is a teacher. These are members of the trade union. These are not people who have done anything. But you know what? If the international community cannot act in situations like this, then what about an ordinary person like me in Cameroon? If they can arrest someone like Ayapol, a Chief Justice, then, I mean, when he's not done anything, but then we cannot wait forever. So we're not coming here expecting you to tell us an answer today. When we come here, the issue is, of course, this is you represent the French government here.
If I should add something, you're talking about the people representing us in Paris. We don't need to have people. You are a representative here. Yeah. We can send whatever we want to send in here. And to be honest, let me tell you, we from Cameroon, whatever we know, France is about 5 steps ahead of us. France knows what is happening in Cameroon. At the end of the day, we are not economically sovereign in Cameroon. It's France controlling the economy. If you're a Frenchman, you know it's Bolloré controlling that country. People were killed recently in the train in Eseka. It's about Bolloré. And at the end of the day, they keep on showing us, like in Calais, African people, they come to France. We don't want to live here. I'm a solicitor, practicing solicitor in this country. And we want to live in our country. And if France takes things from our country to live, you will be surprised. I'm supporting Marine Le Pen because she wants to come out of the European Union. I want him there. He should tell French people, France for French people. We want Africa, Cameroon for us too. Because we shouldn't sit and pretend and we send, most French people, they're anti-Semitic. What France is doing in 14 African countries, controlling their money, that's racism. It's doing it only on 14 African countries. He can't do that to Romania, Hungary, or other countries. That is wrong 100%. We can't pretend and be sending guns or whatsoever, because at the end of the day, people fought for Cameroon. Ernest Wandi Umnyobe. If you go to Google, they killed Félix Moumi. He was killed in Belgium. The French Secret Service sent him to be murdered. We know we are not even safe living here in Europe. And people are not fooled anymore. Because at the end of the day, we know we are not even safe in this country. We love the English culture. We see the French police, they brutalize people. The English police, they don't do that. There's nothing wrong for freedom of expression. I know your ambassador here. He works for a human rights organization, which cannot be playing double standard. And at the end of the day, we know what's going to lead. We are doing this tomorrow. Whatever happens, we have warned you already. You keep on sending arms to Cameroon. It should stop. You shouldn't be sending arms to kill human. Be very serious. It's a genocide to Rwanda or genocide. We are not fools. We reason the same. As I told you, I'm a practicing solicitor in this country. So before they ask you to be a solicitor, you know what you're doing. So it should stop. We shouldn't pretend tomorrow, or we did not hear, or whatsoever. I don't hate any French people or whatever. They are very nice people when they come to Cameroon. But the government is the one doing what? The world is big enough for all of us to have enough. It's big enough. So at the end of the day, you know what we are talking about. We are not telling you anything new now. I don't think we are telling you anything new. So you know that.
So once again, I restate what I said at the beginning. This embassy is in charge of official relations with the United Kingdom. Yeah. So we will forward to Paris whatever documentation you give to us.
Yeah, well, I mean,
do you know what your ambassador?
Sorry, except if we instructed so by Paris.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's one.
It is very unlikely.
They are aware of that. They are aware of that. They are aware of those people. They are all high-profile people who were arrested there recently, and they have been tried by a military court, and so they are aware of that. So there's nothing hidden about it. We are not talking about racked up people on the streets. We are not talking about, like the government wanted to make out. All of them are known. There's a Chief Justice there. There is a human rights barrister. There's a human rights barrister. The other person is a doctor. It's an academic doctor. So all of them are well-known people. They were all leaders of the civil rights, civil society consortium. So it is not hidden. But what we fear, which is in the petition, and we did state that in the petition, what we fear is we don't want Rwanda again. Rwanda started like a joke. It started in 1994. The UN spoke about it. France was present. France said things, but France did not take any action. And then, over 100 days, we had that. It is brewing in Cameroon. Internet has been shut from the English-speaking section of Cameroon. You officers should hear, there's no internet in the English-speaking section. The people are marginalized because they speak English. That's all. If they thought that it was equal, why shut internet from one side of the country? It's been 3 weeks. No internet. I can't reach my family. I can't reach anyone because, you know what, I can't, if I wanted to even do any transaction, banks don't work because all of them are using internet. That is not, I'm not talking of something that is if you look at some of the hashtags, bring back our internet, it's trending. But people keep quiet. This is, why is internet shut? Because people were taking pictures and videos of the gruesome things the troops were doing. There is a video out there, if you watch, you scream, where officers with their lead, they were beating up someone. It's happening. People were taking that, and then the government shuts down the internet. You know, we don't have a problem with any country, but we think that people should take action because it's happening. Then now, you know what, it would be for history, they will create a museum like they've created in Rwanda, and people will go and visit and look at the skulls. We cannot let that happen. That's the thing, we are here. We are not here because we think we like to. I left Birmingham and came in the cold to stand here because I don't enjoy being in the comfort of my house. No. People are dying as we speak. People have died. Human Rights has written about it. So your government needs to take a stand.
They know what it is.
They need to take a stand about this because it is not 1994. People are aware. It is not the 1950s when they killed 120,000 Bamilikes. 120,000 Bamilikes were killed when they were 5 years.
A Frenchman even wrote a book about it recently, talking about it. That the hidden genocide.
It took place. Those were hidden things. It happens. But you know what? The thing is that it's not just you. It's not the ordinary French person. There are a few people. There's a cabal that are benefiting from this. And then until we stop this, people will be continuously being sacrificed for a few individuals to make money. The fact that the Cameroon currency is stuck to the French franc, which doesn't exist anymore, that we use the CFA, doesn't mean that the French economy as a whole is benefiting from that. It's a few people. The elites up there are benefiting from that. But why should that be the case? And they're ready to kill anyone who stops that. But unfortunately, it has reached a stage where the people are out there in the streets. The Cameroonians are out there, and it is not going to stop.
And you know that. Look at your leaders in France. Lagarde, criminal record. Sarkozy, criminal record. Chirac, criminal record. The current presidential candidate, criminal record. All of them, they are potential criminals. And they are imposing that criminal in Cameroon. You see, all of them, the leaders, I know all of them. DSK, who was supposed to stand the criminal record, all of them. The people doing those things, you see them, they have criminal records, all of them. Lagarde was recently.
That's a question for the French people.
No, yes, but they are the one controlling our country.
That's the thing.
We have heard you. Can we have your name, please?
So once again, I will forward all this documentation to.
Who are we talking to? Your name?